The Atlanta Falcons narrowly edged out another close game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday, securing a 31-26 victory at Raymond James Stadium that went down to the wire. A missed field goal by Younghoe Koo gave the Buccaneers a late-game chance, but they couldn't capitalize. Atlanta's passing game was electric, with Kirk Cousins dissecting Tampa Bay's defense for 4 touchdowns. The defense stepped up with 3 takeaways, and the special team stopped a Buccaneers fake punt attempt. After a shaky 1-2 start, the Falcons now sit at 5-3, and with that win, they now lead the NFC South. Kyle Pitts showed his playmaking ability in this game, turning his first 2 catches into 85 yards, and Kirk Cousins looked sharp against Tampa Bay, throwing for 276 yards and 4 touchdowns with 0 interceptions and a 145.9 passer rating. Just weeks after his 500-yard, 4-touchdown performance against the Bucs in Week 5, Cousins completed 23 of 29 attempts and even scrambled for a key first down. The veteran has appeared increasingly comfortable with 14 touchdowns and 7 interceptions over his first 8 games in Atlanta. The Falcons defense has consistently delivered when it matters. Despite some challenges on Sunday, they came through with key plays, including a forced fumble and interception by safety Jessie Bates, as well as a crucial fourth quarter interception by cornerback AJ Terrell. However, the defense's struggles to generate sacks persisted, leaving Baker Mayfield to pass for 330 yards. As the trade deadline approaches, Atlanta may consider adding pass rushing help. With Sunday's win, the Atlanta Falcons remain unbeaten in the NFC South this season, now at 4-0 in divisional play. The Buccaneers are still their primary competitor for the division title. After this hard-fought road game, the Falcons will head home in Week 9 to host the Dallas Cowboys at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Although the Falcons have been better on the road than at home games this season, they'll aim to turn that around against America's team. With their victory, the Falcons take a 1-game lead in the NFC South standings as Week 9 nears. The win also secures Atlanta a season sweep over the Buccaneers, giving them a critical tiebreaker advantage that could prove valuable in the final stretch. While the Falcons' defense generated turnovers, they struggled to capitalize on them. Falcons safety Jessie Bates forced and recovered a fumble from Buccaneers running back Rachaad White in the first quarter, leading to a touchdown on the ensuing drive. However, the other 2 takeaways didn't result in points. Bates snagged a third quarter interception, but the Falcons' offense ended up punting afterward. Cornerback AJ Terrell grabbed a fourth quarter interception, but a Falcons fumble on the next drive resulted in a safety for Tampa Bay. Ultimately, 3 turnovers only netted 5 points. Kirk Cousins stood up in the Falcons meeting room during their last team gathering on Friday before heading to Tampa for their Week 8 rematch against the Buccaneers. Following a tough loss to the Seahawks, where every Falcons unit struggled, Cousins had been reflecting on the game. It was, by all accounts, a full team loss for Atlanta. Earlier in the week, Cousins had approached head coach Raheem Morris, asking for an opportunity to address the team. Morris set aside time for him to speak on Friday, and when Cousins shared his thoughts, his words struck a chord with his teammates, inspiring all of them. While Cousins kept the specifics of his message private, he shared the general idea with reporters after the Falcons secured their win over the Buccaneers. Reflecting on the previous week's 34-14 loss to Seattle, Cousins noted that a performance like that could serve as a rallying point for a team. It appears Cousins took the lead in issuing that challenge. Over the 2-game series with the Buccaneers in 2024, Cousins delivered impressive stats, amassing 8 touchdowns, 785 passing yards, and a 74.7% completion rate over 87 pass attempts. Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts delivered a standout performance in Atlanta's win over the Buccaneers. His 4 catches for 91 yards were season highs, although they didn't match his career best. But it was his 2 touchdowns that had him smiling in the locker room afterward. The last time he scored multiple touchdowns in a game was back in 2020 during his exceptional season at the University of Florida. Pitts scored first on a 36-yard reception in the opening quarter, a 4th-and-3 play from Tampa Bay's 36-yard line, with pressure shouldn't have happened. On a 2nd and 10 from the Buccaneers' 49-yard line, Cousins fired a pass up the middle. Pitts caught it between 3 defenders near the 35-yard line, broke free, and sprinted for the end zone. As he neared the goal line, Buccaneers safety Antoine Winfield Jr. knocked the ball loose, prompting an official review to confirm whether it had crossed the plane or not. Besides these 2 explosive plays, Pitts added 2 and 4-yard receptions, missing just one of his targets. This game brought his season total to 419 receiving yards, averaging 52.4 yards per game with 3 touchdowns. It was also his 4th consecutive game with at least 3 catches and 65 yards. After setting high expectations with 1,026 receiving yards as a rookie in 2021, an NFL record for tight ends, Pitt's momentum was stalled by MCL and PCL injuries in 2022, and he struggled to regain form in 2023. Sunday, however, was a strong indicator that Pitts is once again a big play force for the Falcons. The Falcons have only began a season 4-0 in NFC South divisional games twice since the division was created in 2002. In 2014, they accomplished this feat but finished the season 6-10 overall. Most of their wins that year were against divisional rivals, with the only divisional loss coming in the season finale, costing them a playoff spot. The Falcons' first 4-0 divisional start came in 2010. They went 5-1 in the division that season, earning the #1 seed in the NFC with a 13-3 record, though their playoff journey ended in the divisional round. While Atlanta has since reached the Super Bowl and the NFC Championship, neither of those seasons included a perfect start against divisional opponents. With Sunday's win, Atlanta now stands at 5-2, while the Buccaneers fall to 4-4. The Falcons lead the NFC South nearly halfway through the season, with the Buccaneers, Saints, and Panthers each holding 2 divisional losses. Atlanta's 2 wins over Tampa gives them a tiebreaker if the 2 teams finish with the same record. Staying on this trajectory could position the Falcons to win the division and secure their first playoff appearance since 2017. Atlanta's next divisional matchup is on November 10th against the Saints in New Orleans, and they'll conclude both their season and divisional schedule against the Panthers at home in Week 17. Another victory would bring them to a 5-0 divisional record, a mark they last reached in 2014. While the Falcons haven't been in this position for some time, they're focused on pushing forward. Kirk Cousins took charge and challenged this team on Friday before this game, and it looked like it put a fire under most of this team. A lot of the players said they were inspired by Kirk Cousins, and Kirk Cousins has done a great job leading this team and helping thrive with this offense. The connection with him and Darnell Mooney continues to grow. I highlighted that early on in the season. This defense as well continues to show that they can get takeaways. The Falcons just need to capitalize on them. This offense can continue to shine and be one of the better groups in the league, especially if Kyle Pitts returns to form and can stay consistent. Let me know down below what you thought about this Falcons game. They now got the sweep over the Bucs, 4-0 in the division so far. Let me know down below, and if you made it this far, make sure you go down below, you subscribe, you turn the notification bell on so you never miss a Falcons video or any video at all. Leave a like as well. I greatly do appreciate it. Now see y'all on the next one.